And she's not alone in this. Look at other legends like Elton John or Mick Jagger. Both have had to cancel or reschedule shows at some point. Both faced health concerns that forced them to slow down. But guess what? They came back. Stronger than ever. And fans still showed up, still cheered, still loved them. Because sometimes, the smartest move is knowing when to rest. So maybe instead of panicking, fans should see this as a good sign. It means Stevie is protecting her voice. Protecting her health. Protecting her future. And that's something worth respecting. Of course, the rumors will always swirl. That's the world we live in. Anytime a celebrity makes an unexpected move, the internet goes into detective mode. Some people will insist there's more to the story. Some will spin wild theories. But at the end of the day, here's the truth: Stevie Nicks is still here. She's still standing. She's still fighting. And if history has taught us anything, it's that Stevie doesn't go down easily. So, what does this really mean? Is Stevie Nicks facing some huge health crisis? Or did she just need a night off? The truth is, none of us really know for sure. But what we do know is this: Stevie has survived storms before. She's been through darker days than most of us could imagine. And every single time, she's come back. And maybe that's the bigger picture here. Instead of letting fear take over, maybe this is the moment to appreciate just how much she's given. How much she continues to give. Because it's not about one cancelled show. It's about decades of music, decades of memories, decades of resilience. So now I want to ask you, what do you think? Are fans overreacting? Or is it natural to worry when a legend like Stevie suddenly cancels a performance? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below. Let's talk about it. And while you're here, if you love hearing stories about music icons, if you love diving into the truth behind the headlines, check out my other video right after this one. I promise, it's something you won't want to miss. And of course, if you care about Stevie Nicks as much as we do, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss the next update. And share this video with a friend who's probably wondering what's really going on with Stevie. Because here's the thing: Stevie Nicks isn't just a rock star. She isn't just a performer. She's a survivor. She's proof that strength and vulnerability can live side by side. And no matter what happens next, one thing is clear: survivors like Stevie don't go quietly. And honestly, it's human nature to assume the worst. When someone you care about, someone who feels larger than life, suddenly steps back, your brain fills in the blanks. Is she sick? Did something serious happen? Could this be a sign that her health is failing? Those were the questions that spread faster than the official announcement. Here's how it all played out. First, there was the show itself. Fans were ready. Tickets were sold. Excitement was in the air. People had planned their nights around it. Then suddenly, bam, the show was called off. Just like that. At first, no one really explained why. And that's what fueled the fire. Without details, people filled in their own. Some said it was exhaustion. Some whispered about hidden health issues. Some even worried it could be something life-threatening. And the thing is, Stevie Nicks isn't just any performer. She's survived so much already. Back in the 70s and 80s, she struggled with addiction. She's dealt with personal battles, with heartbreak, with health scares. She's seen close friends and fellow musicians pass away. So when she cancels a show, fans instantly connect the dots to all those struggles and think, maybe this is it. Maybe she's not okay. But here's where things get interesting. Eventually, her team did step in. They didn't go into deep detail, but they suggested it wasn't something extreme. More likely exhaustion, or logistical issues, or just needing a pause. And honestly, That makes sense. Because think about what it takes to do what she does at 77. Let's put this into perspective. Touring isn't easy. It's not just about singing for 2 hours. It's hours of travel, hopping from city to city. It's rehearsals, sound checks, interviews, meet and greets. It's bright lights, loud music, constant pressure. And at that age, it's even harder. Doctors say touring musicians face serious risks, things like dehydration, vocal strain, even heart stress. It's a lot on the body, and it's even more on the mind. So maybe, just maybe, canceling a show isn't a sign of weakness. Maybe it's a sign of wisdom. Maybe Stevie knows her limits. Maybe she realizes that in order to keep going, she has to pace herself. And that's something a lot of fans forget. In fact, Stevie herself has talked about this before. In past interviews, she's said something along the lines of, "I'll keep performing as long as I can still sing the way I want." Think about that for a second. She's not the type to stay on stage just to prove a point. She cares about quality. She cares about giving fans her best. If she can't do that on a certain night, then stepping back isn't just the right move, it's the brave one. Did you hear what just happened with Stevie Nicks? Yeah, the legendary Stevie Nicks, the queen of rock herself. At 77 years old, she suddenly cancelled one of her shows, and the news spread like wildfire. Fans instantly started panicking. Social media blew up. And the question that was on everyone's mind was simple: is Stevie okay? When you hear that someone like Stevie Nicks, who's been performing for decades, who's carried rock and roll on her shoulders, suddenly pulls the plug on a concert, it makes you stop and think. Because she's not just a singer. She's not just another performer. She's a legend. Her voice, her stories, her presence, it's shaped music history. She's inspired generations. She's someone who has lived through the highs, the lows, the chaos, and somehow still found a way to stand tall. So when something like this happens, it feels different. It doesn't just feel like a concert cancellation. It feels like a warning sign. Fans can't help but worry, and honestly, who can blame them? When someone that iconic takes a sudden step back, you can't help but ask yourself, is this just a bump in the road, or is something bigger going on? And that's what I want to walk you through today. Because there's a lot of talk, a lot of rumors, and a lot of fear. But what's the truth? Why did Stevie Nicks cancel her show? And does this mean her health is in danger, or is there more to the story that fans need to understand? Let's break it all down together. Now, let's start here. Stevie Nicks is 77 years old. Let that sink in for a second. 77. And not only is she still with us, but she's still touring. She's still singing her heart out. She's still standing on stage in front of thousands of fans, night after night, pouring her soul into every song. Most people her age are retired. Some are enjoying quiet days with their families. Some are no longer with us. But Stevie? She's out there giving her all, even now. And that's the part that blows me away. Because let's be honest, rock and roll isn't exactly the most gentle lifestyle. Stevie has lived through it all, the long nights, the endless tours, the partying, the pressures of fame, the personal struggles. She's had health scares before. She's had her ups and downs. And yet, here she is, still going strong. That alone makes her story incredible. But then, out of nowhere, she cancels a show. No warning. No detailed explanation at first. Just, cancelled. And that's where the panic set in. Fans immediately jumped online, searching for answers. Twitter lit up with worried posts. Reddit threads were full of speculation. People wanted to know, what's going on with Stevie?